Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple. I'll run through the notes and we can see what we can learn from it. This might be banned from every guitar store in the world, but it's still a killer riff that everyone needs to learn at some point. It is a killer riff. It's one of the classic riffs, Deep Purple. It's actually one of the first songs I learned to play on an electric guitar with an amplifier. When I first began playing, the bit about it being banned from guitar shops, it's a bit of a standing joke in the guitar playing community. The reason it says that is because with it being one of the first songs that people tend to learn, a lot of people do play it in guitar shops only for the reason that they perhaps haven't learned other songs, and that's something that they can easily access. But it's not actually banned from guitar shops. If you go in a guitar shop and if they treat you funny or say anything about playing anything that you're playing, then perhaps that's an indication to you about the sort of attitude they have in the shop. So I won't have any problems about playing anything in any guitar shop myself, and neither should you. Going on from there, it says this riff can be played with just a single finger if you want to, because the double stop chords throughout can be done by pressing down two strings at the same fret together. We talk about double stop chords. That just means, in this case, just little two-note chords. The term double stop is something that I'm more familiar with lead guitar playing, but basically in this case it means just a chord that's just two notes together rather than a full 6-string or 5 or 4-string chord. So all the little chords are actually called power chords on here, double stop chords. I can play it with, as it says, I can play it with one finger. I'll do that now, but personally myself, I chose to use more than one finger because I've got more than one finger. I'll do it both ways. Hopefully you can see why I've done that. There's a lot of hand movement up and down the neck when I'm just doing it with one finger. So I'll play the same riff again, just using my first finger to play everything. Don't forget, as I said, these double stop little power chords, I'm not just playing one note, I'm playing two notes. So to begin with, the very first chord, I'm playing my 5th fret on my 5th string, on the A string. I'm playing my 5th fret on the 4th string on my D strings together. So that's my first little chord. Every other chord is produced in the same way, just two notes together like that, but just in different positions up and down the neck. So I'll do it just with one finger, as it's saying here, and you can hopefully see what it looks like. So again, I just missed the fret at the end there, but as you can see, I was moving all over the place a little bit, which is why I chose to play it using predominantly my first and my third finger. So when I'm playing the first chord, I'm using my third finger and my ring finger, and then the next chord is down there. I'm in position. I've talked about positions before, but I'm in third position, fret position 3. So I can play those chords without changing my hand position. If you're more comfortable doing it the one finger method, as it says here, start off by doing that by all means. It's trying to make it as simple as possible for you, but I would suggest if you're up for it, try using more than one finger, because it just means you're not all over the place. Finally, the last thing it says is the original version of this riff was played using the picking hand fingers, but you can use a plectrum for this too. I've used a plectrum to play this riff. Apparently I didn't even know this, it was originally played with picking hand fingers. I'm just learning this now. I can do the same thing using fingers. In this case, I'll give it a try. I'm going to use my first and my second finger to pick the two notes together. So again, starting from the first chord, which is the one on the 5th fret there. So I'm playing the same chord, 5th fret on my 5th string, 5th fret on my 4th string with my fingers. So I mentioned in another video, you get a slightly softer, different tone from using your fingers than what you do from the plectrum. So I'll just play it through using the fingers. I'll play it a couple of times with the fingers, just so you can hear the sound of that, and then I'll, if I can, switch to the plectrum and play another couple of times with the plectrum, so you can hear sort of A-B comparison, what the difference sounds like. The chords I'm playing are exactly the same. The only difference is I'm going to use little fingers to pick first and my second finger to pick those two strings rather than the plectrum. I'm just going to switch over and use the plectrum. So give it a try. Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water. Don't forget, it's not banned from the shops, it's just a joke in the community. Feel free to play it wherever. It's a cool riff, one of the classics. Enjoy.